Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Veronica. If you are new here, I like to make true crime videos as well as makeup videos. I know that this case is more on the older side, it's nothing new, but Caylee Anthony, her mother, she's getting her own little show on the Peacock app. So I just wanted to bring more light to this case and talk about what happened to Caylee Anthony. Caylee Anthony was born on August 9th of 2005 and she was living in Orlando, Florida. Caylee Anthony was her mother and she had her at the age of 19. Caylee was known to be a big party girl, and her parents stated that when she became pregnant, she hid her pregnancy for as long as she could until she literally could not hide it any longer. Caylee, and her grandparents lived all together, and when I mean grandparents, I mean Caylee's grandparents, so Caylee's parents, and Caylee's grandparents basically raised her, and it wasn't really Caylee the one raising her because she was still in her party phase, living life, and she just didn't really have responsibilities, even though she did, but she did, you know, was just worried about her party. On June 16th of 2008, Caylee had an argument with her parents and she decided that she just wanted to leave. So she took Caylee with her and they left to go stay with a nanny. Sadly enough, this would be the last time that Caylee was ever seen alive. For a whole month, Caylee's parents tried to get in contact with Caylee because obviously that was their granddaughter. They wanted to talk to her, and obviously they missed her. They were so used to raising her and seeing her around every single day that it was hard not to see her daily. And Caylee would just make up excuses on why they couldn't talk to Caylee. And you know, Caylee was always known to be lying and making up stuff. Like I mentioned before, Caylee is all about the party life. So while her parents are so worried about Caylee, she's out partying, living her life, doesn't have a care in the world. On July 15th, the car that Caylee has been driving gets impounded. So her dad gets informed that the car has been impounded because it is a family car. It's most likely under his name, so that is why he got the call. So he decides he's gonna go check it out, see what happened. And when he goes to visit the car, he notices there's this really bad odor. Caylee's mom tries to call her one more time to get a hold of Caylee, but she doesn't go through with the phone call. She ends up calling 911 to report that her granddaughter has been missing for over a month. Police department end up investigating and they end up questioning Caylee to see what's going on. And she states that Caylee went missing on June 9th when she left her with the nanny. This was debunked as a lie. Like I said, she loves to lie, because her mom stated that the last time they saw Caylee was on June 15th. The police department is obviously kind of skeptical about the nanny, but they want to know more about the nanny, so they ask Caylee to take them to her apartment, obviously because Caylee knows the nanny, right? So Caylee takes them to this apartment building and said, okay, well, that's where she lives. They knock on the door, realize that nobody has been living there for months. Caylee continues to lie to the police department, and she even states that she works at Universal Studios. She literally takes them to Universal Studios and shows them around. This is where I work. There's coworkers passing by and she's like, hey. And then eventually she says, you know what? Actually, I don't work here. You should have mentioned that in the first place. Like, why are you gonna even mention that you work at a specific place? Take them, wave at random people that don't even know who you are, and then, oh, yeah, just kidding. Don't work here. Make it make sense. When the police asked Caylee why she didn't report her daughter missing, she stated that it was because she was too naive enough to think that she could figure this out on her own. Due to lying to the police, Caylee gets arrested the next day for child neglect and for lying to law enforcement. On July 17th, cadaver dogs are used to sniff around Caylee's car to see if they can pick up a scent of anything, and they pick up a scent of human decomposition. They don't only pick up the smell from her car, but as well as the backyard of her house. August 27th, the police department used an air sample and it confirmed that there was human remains. October 14th, Casey was indicted by a grand juror and she pleaded not guilty. On December 11th of 2008, human remains are found in a woodsy area less than half a mile from Casey's home, and these are found by a utility worker. Eventually, these remains were identified as Caylee Anthony. The bones did not show any type of trauma, but when the body was found, there was duct tape on her nose, her mouth, and her jaw. Crazy enough, on July 5th of 2011, the jury finds Caylee Anthony not guilty. Although she is guilty for lying to law enforcement, she is sentenced to 4 years in prison, but throughout the whole process of everything, she was in jail already. So she already had time served, and a month later she gets released. Unfortunately, there is no happy ending for Caylee. Her mom is living free, partying, enjoying her life, and I know there is no certain whether her mom killed her mom didn't. There's so many speculations out there of who did this to Caylee, but I'm gonna go off of what I think, and I do think that is guilty. That is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned some things about Caylee Anthony and Casey Anthony. Let me know what you think down below. Do you think that Casey did this? Do you think someone else did this? What do you think? If there is a certain crime case that you would like me to talk about and investigate, let me know down below and I will surely do that for you. I also have a TikTok account where I do true crime videos, so I will link that down below in the description as well. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!